Do you wish that you had more opportunities to actually speak English with a native speaker? Well, in today's English lesson, I'm going to have a conversation about traveling to LA with you, and this conversation will help you pick up natural English phrases that you can actually learn in your daily English. So if you want to talk about travel, let's get started. Practice the conversation on screen. Hey, are you looking for your Uber driver? That's me. Jump in. Great, it's just a quick ride over the hill. Are you guys hiking there today? Well, I wouldn't actually recommend hiking all the way to the sign. It's quite anticlimactic and hot, but Runyon Canyon has some really nice trails and views. I would be really mindful of the trails you choose while you're up there. People have been known to get lost while hiking there, but as long as you pay attention, I think that you could be done in 2 hours. Oh, fancy. You must have had to schedule that in advance. Wow, that isn't easy to do. Well, we're at the observatory. Can I let you out here? Yep, take it easy. Now that you've practiced the conversation with me, I would love to teach you about the natural vocabulary phrases that you will need to know to fully understand this conversation, and then you can start to use these phrases in your daily English as well. When you want to say that someone has assumed you are the right person, you can say, "That's me." In this conversation, you said, "Are you Kayla?" I said, "That's me." This is just affirming in a very positive way that they have the correct person, or in this case, the correct Uber driver. If you want to tell someone that they should get into your car, you can say, "Jump in." When you say jump in, it means come into the car. This is slang actually to say come into the car, jump in. A lot of times you'll hear American English speakers talk in the future tense, and instead of saying where are you going, they'll say where are you headed. If you say we're headed to the mall, it means we're going to the mall. It's just a common phrase that we use instead of saying we're going to or we're driving to. Or you could say, where are you headed tomorrow? That means where are you going to go tomorrow? So again, this word to head somewhere, it's used a lot in the future tense. Another way to say a drive or a car ride is just to say a ride. This is a short ride. This means that the car ride will not take very long. If you describe something as anticlimactic, it means it's pretty boring and it's not worth doing. We mainly use this phrase to talk about movies, but you can use it for other things as well. So if you say a movie was anticlimactic, it means there was no climax in the movie. There was no big action scene or no big scene that really made the movie interesting to you. It just was very even the whole time and kind of boring. If you say that a location or going somewhere is anticlimactic, it means it won't be that exciting, and it's probably a lot of work to go there. I've actually been to Los Angeles, and I've heard that hiking up to the Hollywood sign is quite anticlimactic, and you can actually see it from far away, as you see me in this picture, posing with it in the distance. I didn't actually hike up to it. And I also read on TripAdvisor that it's very hot and it's a lot of work to hike over there. If you say that a trail or a walking trail or a hiking trail has really nice views, it means it has very nice things to look at. In Los Angeles, the hiking trails are known to have good views of the ocean or the city, and just the view in general from up in the hills is quite beautiful. If you say that something gives you trouble, it means it gives you difficulty or it gives you a tough time to do something. So if you say something is not worth the trouble, it means that it's not worth doing because it's so difficult. If you tell someone to be mindful, It means that you want them to be very aware of what they're doing. We talk about mindfulness as a way to, really be in the moment and be present. But if you tell someone, you give them a warning to be mindful, it means they really need to be aware of what's going on in order to avoid mistakes. So if they only want to be hiking for 2 hours, they need to be very mindful to not get lost. It means pay attention to the trails and the maps, and don't start hiking on a 25-mile trail that will take you many, many hours to complete. If you say that people have been known to get lost, it means it's a common occurrence. If you say, someone has been known to be late, it means they're commonly late. They're often late to work or appointments or parties. So if you say people or someone has been known to, it means it's a very common thing that happens a lot. If you say plenty of time, you'll have plenty of time to do something, it means you'll have enough time, but you also will have extra time. So if you say, I have plenty of time to get ready, it means I have more time than I actually need and I will not be in a rush. I do respond with this word fancy sometimes, especially if someone is doing something very extravagant or something that costs a lot of money. In this case, the restaurant Nobu is a restaurant in Malibu, which is located near Los Angeles. And it's known for celebrities going there. The Kardashians love to go there. So if ordinary people go there, they would need a reservation, or they would need to tell them ahead that they'll be coming on that date so they can get a table at the restaurant. In this conversation, the person actually says that they have made the reservation on short notice. So you can either make something in advance, which means you will have a lot of time before you have to eat there. Or if you say you're doing something on short notice, it means you didn't give very much notice. You did not have a lot of time before doing something. A connection, we call a person a connection if we know them and they can help us out with doing something. So in this conversation, if you have a connection at this restaurant, maybe you know someone that works there, or you know a celebrity that helped you get a special table at the restaurant. A lot of times if you're applying for a job, it doesn't matter how qualified you are if you don't have a connection. That means you need to know somebody at the company in order to get hired. In this conversation, the driver says, I'm going to let you out here. This is really common if you're in somebody's car and they're just dropping you off at a location and leaving. They'll say, let me let you out, or is it okay to let you out here? This means, is this close enough? Two very common ways to say goodbye to someone, especially in a very casual, quick, informal conversation, is to say, take it easy, and to say, have a good one, which is short for have a good day. So keep these in mind if you're ever traveling in the United States. You guys are now ready to practice the conversation. Now that you fully understand the vocabulary phrases in the conversation, go ahead and speak along so that you get your extra speaking practice for the day. Hey, are you looking for your Uber driver? That's me. Jump in. Great, it's just a quick ride over the hill. Are you guys hiking there today? Well, I wouldn't actually recommend hiking all the way to the sign. It's quite anticlimactic and hot, but Runyon Canyon has some really nice trails and views. I would be really mindful of the trails you choose while you're up there. People have been known to get lost while hiking there, but as long as you pay attention, I think that you could be done in 2 hours. Oh, fancy. You must have had to schedule that in advance. Wow, that isn't easy to do. Well, we're at the observatory. Can I let you out here? Yep, take it easy. Thank you guys so much for speaking English with me today. My name's Kayla. I'm an American English teacher. You can find more speaking lessons like this one at englishwithkayla.com. I'll see you guys in the next English lesson. Goodbye!